Good morning, everybody. David Brown with this week's Design and Dialogue, and I'm coming to you today with some information. That information is LinkedIn still matters. Now, why am I talking about LinkedIn? Why does it still matter? What's going on? LinkedIn's been around forever. We've got TikTok. We've got 1,000 other ways to be on social media. But I'm here to say that, unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, LinkedIn is here to stay. It's still relevant, and it still needs to be a part of your social media practices. And here's why. Even if you're not looking, you're in the industry. And recruiters, hiring managers, leadership of companies, etc., their first place to go when they hear a name, maybe you introduce yourself to them on a plane or at an organization event or something like that, their first and really only place to go to learn about you is LinkedIn. Now, that can be good or bad. I think it's a good thing because you, as the candidate or as the LinkedIn profile owner, get to control the narrative. You get to tell these people what you're good at, what you want to do, and really make your career change and pivot based on what that LinkedIn says. Now, that doesn't mean lie about things at all. Be truthful, but I will guarantee you, even if you're not looking now, you're going to be looking at sometime in the future. And my experience as a recruiter, my experience as the owner of this firm, my experience as a hiring manager, LinkedIn is a critical moment when I start to evaluate talent, shortlist talent, etc. So, like it or not, LinkedIn still matters. So, now that we know that it matters, how do you make it work for you? What is important? What's key? I can't even count how many LinkedIn profiles I've seen in my lifetime. And I think there are 3 or 4 areas that really must be looked at and attention to detail put towards to make your LinkedIn profile really stand out. The first is you got to have your education on there. I think even if you don't have any education, put what you got. High school, if that's where it ends, that's great. That's fine. Put it on there. But show your ability to learn and apply knowledge. That's critical. Secondly, put your location. Where are you? A lot of people put Georgia, United States. Put where you are. You can't be in Detroit if you live in LA. So if you don't want to get calls from Detroit, you're not interested in Detroit, you want to stay in LA, put your location. That way that when these hiring managers are starting to build profiles or lists or pipelines of talent, you're on it. You're on it. Because if you don't have that, they're going to assume you're not in the location and you're not going to get put on the list. Have a good photo. Have a photo that is professional. Don't be wearing sunglasses. Don't be at the beach. Don't have your kids in it. It is a professional platform. It needs a professional photo. If you don't have that up there right now, put it up there. If you have art that you've done, that's great. Incorporate it later in the LinkedIn profile, but do not make it your profile picture. Have a professional headshot as your LinkedIn profile. And have a summary. You know, sometimes we don't want to update all the job and our duties, and so we just kind of have, here's our job, here's our title. I can give or take that, but you've got to have a summary of what you do. Here's what I do, here's what I've done, here's what I'm interested in, here's who I am. Again, this is your advocate, this LinkedIn profile is your advocate out there doing the heavy lifting of sharing your background, introducing yourself to hiring managers and what have you while you're not there. So you really want it to be truthful, honest, and engaging. So think about your profile right now. Are these things in it? Are they not? And if they're not, put them in there. The caveat, the asterisk I would put is, okay, let's say that you work at XYZ firm and you're a senior project manager. It's always good to have a little bit of information about what your job is. Just here's my duties, here's my responsibilities. I don't think it's as beneficial when you kind of parrot the firm's line. My firm is this and that and the other, and now all the different profiles say the same thing. Again, even if your firm is asking you to do that, this is your profile about your career. It does not need to be their marketing mechanism. So make sure that if you start to outline a little bit about your duties at your current role, you're not just copying and pasting what they ask you to do, because that's their page. This is your page to share what you are, what you do, and what you want to be. So don't lose sight of that. The last piece of advice that I'd share is keep it fresh. Don't go from this video and clean it all up and then in 3 years later go back to it. Look at it often. See who's looked at you. See who sent you an in-mail. Respond to in-mails. It's like any other social media platform. You've got to engage with it. But it does not matter how much you're engaging, how much you're responding, how much you're interacting, if that profile is not put together appropriately. So, close this video, like and share it, of course, before you leave, and then go fix your LinkedIn profile today. That's it, everybody. Have a great week. I'll see you next Wednesday with another Design and Dialogue.